remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, her sweet, soft memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. Yes, I remember Tampa, she remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Native Show. Stay tuned now for the most entertaining 60 minutes from the studios at TBCN, Tampa Bay Community Network. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez and Steve Canella, as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue, get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez and Steve Canella. Wow, look at that shining star.
Perfect.
Isn't that beautiful?
Man, that
Welcome
brings
back,
some memories.
everybody, to this Season 3, Week 1 of the Tampa Native Show. We're so happy that you're there with us. I'm Mario Nunez alongside my broadcast partner,
Steve Canella, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's going to be one heck of a show, Mario.
Well, if the setup this week for the show is any indication, and the emails that we've already received, this promises to be one of those shows. Now, it's a brand new season, so we've got a brand new format. We'll break some of that down for you here in just a few minutes. We've got a little tally sheet that we created in our production meeting this week, and I got to be honest with you, we've got 32 lines on these 2 pages, and we plan on filling up each one of those.
We might get more than that.
Yeah, that's for your call. So we're going to make sure that we log your name, where you're calling from, your sponsor of the week, and your lucky bolita number. Now, Steve, before we jump into this week's topic, which everybody knows by virtue of that graphic behind us, let's talk a little bit about our new sponsors, our sponsors in general.
Right. Well, we've got some more sponsors. Now, our sponsors in general are a big help to the Tampa Native Show. We thank every one of them for being there for us and with us, and we really appreciate that. And we've got a few new ones this week, and we're growing every week, too. We have more joining.
Each and every week, and I think that as we bring more structure and more content to the show, it adds more value. And our sponsors are recognizing that, and a lot of them are jumping on board, and we're tickled to have them with us. Now, that said, we're going to throw it over to our 15-minute girl a little bit early. A lot of you are used to seeing her at 45 minutes past the hour. She's going to tell us a little bit about our sponsors. She's going to read our list of sponsors to us. And at this time, if we could go to our 15-minute girl, darling, we'd like to ask.
Hello, everyone. I have my trusty glasses on so I can read.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tampa Native Show business sponsors include the Columbia Restaurant, PJ Testa Accounting, the Colonnade, Amarillo Sandwiches and More, South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic, Cigar City Magazine, Tampa T-Shirts, La Segunda Central Bakery, Brocado Sandwich Shop, Bardmore Botox, Florida Blood Services, Red Wagon Landscaping, Mr. Empanada, Lenny Guido, Frank Guido Bail Bonds, Columbia Jobbing, World Famous Tiny Tap Tavern, Que Pasa Tours, Festa Italiano 2011, Fran Constantino Real Estate, Mike's Delivery Service, Sal's One of a Kind Shell Design, American 2110. Personal sponsorships include Mike and Kathy White, Ricky Branch, Phil and Carmen Nunez, Fred and Kathy Tomasello, and Joe Abini. And we have a new little thing we're doing on the show now. It's called the Question of the Week. And this week's question is, Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Well,
Take
Krispy
it away.
Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you so much for that.
That's a sweet question.
So along with the new look of the set, along with the new sponsors and the 15-minute girl joining us earlier in the show to read that list of sponsors, we also have the question of the week. And Steve, I'll start off with you right quick as we're discussing our new attitude. New sponsor of the week.
New sponsor of the week.
I'm sorry, new question of the week. Forgive me. New question. Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts.
You know, for me, Krispy Kreme. And the reason is...
Go ahead.
When you drive by Krispy Kreme, you can smell the donuts like a mile away.
You can see that flashing red light that always said...
That too.
Now, fresh now, turn in here now, fresh, hot. Hot actually is what it said, was hot. And for me, I have to say it was Krispy Kreme. 15-minute girl?
Krispy Kreme, cream
Hey,
filled.
wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a perfect trifecta.
Okay, there we go.
It's jackpot with Krispy Kreme, but I'm sure there are some of you out there that may have been Northsiders and that may have had a Dunkin' Donuts right down the street from you on Bush Boulevard.
I do like their old-fashioned donut, though.
Well, their old-fashioned donut
really good.
is it's not healthy, but it
That's
is
okay.
quite delicious.
It's good with coffee.
We'd like to say also, coming up this week, let me put my glasses on so I can see as well. Coming up this week on Saturday, April the 9th, we have an event at the Colonnade Restaurant. For those of you that are plugged in on the social networking site, and we all know which social networking site we're talking about, it shall remain nameless, but it's very popular. By the way, the Viejos have taken over that social networking site. I want you to understand that that was developed by a guy out there in Harvard actually, and it was taken over essentially by the old people like us. The 9th, 1 o'clock at the Colonnade Restaurant. All are welcome to join us. At this time, we'd like to give a big shout out to the Jefferson High School Lady Dragons. Steve, read the rest of that for me.
Well, basically, it's under the leadership of Reina Baluja.
You know her, Reina
Yeah,
Baluja.
yeah.
That's
Mike
Mike Baluja's daughter.
Exactly.
Yes, and she's, go ahead.
She's got some tough competition, but she's playing very well against the competition, and we all wish her well.
And tonight they're taking on Blake, and let me tell you something. They're 13-3, I think. They're 10-1 in their conference, in their division.
Yep.
So the Jefferson Lady Dragons are tearing it up. All right, moving right along. Let me I don't want to say too much about next week's show because we've got some big things coming up on April the 16th and 17th. And that's not this weekend, but that's next weekend. You can find Steve, Tampa Steve, myself, Mario Nunez, and the 15-minute girl. Where are we going to be, Stevie?
We're going to be at Festa Italiana.
What is that all about?
Well, that's every year, and we're going to be there Saturday and Sunday, the 16th and the 17th. So come visit and come join us. We've got some really neat shirts and items to show you, and you can take with you as well.
Yeah, we're not going to just
show
them.
We're going to
sell them.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
and they're one of a kind. So
we have a logo of that tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Sure do.
We're previewing that a little bit later on, but we'd like to encourage everybody to come out.
Please come out.
Italiana is always a big event.
Get some Italian food.
They're one of our sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Steve, who is Italian, you recommend the event?
Oh my gosh, I go every year. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is, it's going to be I'll be in it this year.
Yes, you will.
Yeah,
and so will I.
Yeah, exactly.
And so will the 15-minute girl. Actually, we have a table and a booth, so you won't be able to miss us. We'll have a big Tampa native sign, so come out and look for us at Festa Italiana.
Please do.
We're going to throw that phone number up there in just a couple of minutes, but at this time, let's go ahead and tell them what, as if they don't already know.
What is that phone number?
That phone number is 813. Operators are standing by. Get ready to call 813-977-6800. That's 813-977-6800.
And with tonight's topic, Mario, we're going to have a lot of calls, so you might want to start calling
topic,
early.
Stevie, tell them the topic.
Basically, your favorite concert in the Tampa area. We all have fond memories of concerts back in the day, and it wasn't just the concerts that we went to, which were fantastic, but it was the memories surrounding the concert. You know, like maybe what you did on the way to the concert. You know, during the concert.
Parents are watching.
Yeah, kind of watch out what you say, but anyway, or after the concert, little things that you'll remember to this day.
Oh, Stevie remembers all of them too.
I do.
And his favorite concerts as well. Well, there were the venues too.
Yeah.
He's failing to mention, but there were the venues as well. And some of them were small and intimate, from the Tampa Theater to Van Wezel Hall in Sarasota to the large Tampa Stadium, the outdoor concert. So tonight's show promises to be a biggie. Now, as we typically do, we usually start off by telling you our fond recollection. The 15-minute girl will do hers later when she comes in here with 15 minutes to go. Now, she's promised to keep us on track tonight, haven't you, darling?
Yes.
She's promised to keep us on track. She's sitting there with a bell by her desk. The bell's, there it is. So if anybody goes too long, and that includes yours truly, she's going to let us know. Steve, start it off. Tell us your favorite memory. I know, because we've been in production meetings all week.
Oh, yeah. Well, my favorite memory with concerts.
Well, give us a little taste of that, Steve.
You know, here's the thing. There's been a few that I've really enjoyed. Boston at the Sun Dome.
Yes.
Chicago at the Ruth Eckerd Hall. Also, Peebo Bryson, James Ingram, Dionne Warwick, and Denise Williams, all four together.
You saved a little something special
for
the show. You didn't tell me about that.
Not my absolute favorite, but I mean, one of my top five, you might say.
Yes.
That was a great concert too. But my all-time favorite is, and I saw him twice in concert, one 1979 and again later back in the, I think the mid to late 80s.
Don't ruin it. Just give him a little sample.
Okay, give a little sample. I'm not even going to say the name. But
ladies and gentlemen,
here it is.
Without further ado.
Everybody knows that.
Smooth jazz.
That's the smooth, sexy jazz saxophone of Gato Barbieri.
The one, the only. Steve, you like that, huh?
Oh, it's fantastic. He was great in concert, and went there twice. First time I saw him was at the McKay Auditorium at University of Tampa back in 1979.
There's another excellent venue.
Another great venue.
Absolutely.
Not a venue you hear much about either, you know?
No, we used to go on field trips there all the time to see the Nutcracker when we were in the grade school, remember?
I don't remember doing that.
Steve doesn't remember.
No,
he didn't go to grade school.
I didn't go to grade school. But also I saw him again back in the, another venue that is not really mentioned too often is at Busch Gardens. It's the Moroccan Palace.
Oh, that's right.
That's where I saw Dr. Barbieri the second time. And that was another fantastic concert, though. But he was here just recently, too, I think. He's still playing. But how about you?
Well, I have several that come to mind. July 4th, 1976, Tampa Stadium outdoor concert. And when you can imagine, and the prices for these concerts, we have some ticket stubs that we're going to show after a little while.
Those are great.
The prices were amazing. On this particular afternoon, evening, you had Loggins and Messina opening up for Fleetwood Mac. But the headliner of the show was Eagles. And I venture to guess that 6 months maybe later after this concert, Fleetwood Mac would have probably had a problem opening up for Eagles. But anyway, I digress. One of my favorites of all time, and I saw them about 4 different times. Steve, are you ready?
No.
Get your music queued up. I saw them about 4 different times. Lakeland Civic Center, Curtis Hickson. I want to say I saw them at Grad Night as well. Well, a music group.
Should they just hear it?
Yeah, they should. Should you just lower that?
I think I should.
Well,
there we go.
I can still see the pyramids dropping down onto the stage at the Lakeland Civic Center with the smoke coming out and the announcer saying, "And now, the elements of the universe, earth, wind, and fire." There you go. Shining star. Little shining star for your pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And that was, of course, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And if I blasted anybody out of their seats with that loud noise, I apologize. So
blasted me out of my seat, and I'm sitting right next to him. And we did do a mic check and a sound check before it all started. Jeff, were you okay in there?
Technical difficulty.
Check and recheck.
Check and mic check.
I think you blasted him out of his chair.
So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the phones. Thank you so much for being patient while we tell you our story.
Oh, I got to say one thing real
quick.
Go
ahead real quick. Caller, we see you there. Hang on.
1 second, caller. I don't talk about this too often, but a couple of concerts I've been to, too, that I kind of get teased about a lot is I saw Kenny G in concert twice. Once with T-Bo Bryce and once with Michael Bolton. Don't laugh.
and only real men are going to admit that.
And Yanni.
And oh, no, you didn't.
I did.
We talked about that in the production meeting this week, Stevie, that you weren't going to mention that because
I couldn't resist.
If you threw yourself on your sword and said you saw Yanni live, then I have to tell everybody that I've got his videos at home.
Well, I've been keeping it quiet all these years. I had to just let it out.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing to watch. I mean, Yanni.
It was fantastic. They're both very, very good, by the way. Very good.
Okay, so.
We got calls already.
The show's all about you. So, caller, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Mario, Steve, Joe Albini here.
Hey, Joe. Albini. How are you? Our first caller in the new season.
I want to say back in '68, early '68, as a project at the college humanities class, I went and saw the cow sills.
Oh, wow, the cow sills.
At Curtis Hickson, and that was pretty amazing at the time. But more interesting is having to write a paper about it. So that's
homework.
Homework, exactly. But Curtis Hickson, I thought, was a great venue, but I enjoyed more than anything else was the Harlem Globetrotters coming there.
Oh, I saw them too. Yeah.
And this would be a good time for me to admit that I used to go see the Ice Capades too every year.
Right.
I mean, it was fun. It was something that you did, and it was once a year. And again, we didn't have the mouse. We didn't have a lot of extracurricular activities. So when these shows came into town, you went to see them. I went to see. How many times did Generals lose to the Harlem Globetrotters?
I think I saw them several times. Yeah.
No, Joe, that was a great venue, and it was close. It was just down the street from our house. So how much, nice, right by the river. Everybody graduated from there in high school if you didn't have a high school football field to graduate on. So it was a multi-purpose venue. The circus was in there a lot of times. The cow sills. Let's see how many people tonight call in with their very favorite memory of Curtis Hickson.
A lot of concerts there.
Great.
Sponsor of the week, Joe?
Leader number 3.
3.
Go figure.
Mike's Delivery.
Mike's Delivery.
And Krispy Kreme.
There you go. KJ. Out to an early 4-0 lead. And while we're talking about early 4-0 leads, moment of silence, please. Lowering our heads, reverence. The Rays are off to an 0-6 start.
0-6.
And in the American League East, let me tell you something, with the Orioles playing well, that does not bode well for the Rays. That's like, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like breaking from the gate 15th in a 15-horse race. Am I right?
Exactly.
They're behind the 8 ball for sure. Joe, we love you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Joe.
for calling.
I'll see you Saturday.
See you Saturday, Papa. Can't wait.
Joe's a big
Thank
baseball fan and baseball player, too.
We got to talk about
This
that
picture
picture,
is
but let's
amazing.
take this call real quick.
Let's do that, okay.
Let's take this
Okay,
call
then
because this caller's been sitting there.
we'll
But
have-
we've got to talk about that
Definitely.
picture. Thanks for putting that picture up, Jeff.
Let's hold on to it, Jeff.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Olivia calling from Tampa.
Hey, Olivia, how are you?
Hey, good to hear from you.
I'm great. How are you?
Doing wonderful. How do we look tonight? Fabulous?
Everything looks fabulous tonight. I love
Okay.
I love the weather.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good look. That's a good look. Nice color. Kind of matches the tablecloth. That was unintentional, by the way. Do you have a favorite concert memory, Olivia, you can share with us?
I do. I have two. One was at Al Lopez Park,
Okay.
which I had to verify today that it was Al Lopez.
Yes, Al Lopez.
Lane.
Uh-huh.
And it was I want to say it was 1984 or
Okay.
85, and it
Horizon
was
Park.
Menudo.
Oh,
Menudo.
wow.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Ricky Martin.
Yes. And then the other was at the old Tampa Bay Stadium.
Uh-huh.
And it was actually like one of those ones that you were just talking about. It was several groups. And it was Whitney Houston and the Beach Boys
Oh, wow.
and another one, but I can't remember, and the Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of times you got 2 and 3 and even 4
Mm-hmm.
acts, and in the late 60s and early 70s, you might have had 3, 4, 5. It was like Lollapalooza for, and for $8 you got in. That was the
Mm-hmm.
most ridiculous thing ever. You got in for little to no money, really and truthfully.
Exactly.
Do you have a sponsor of the week, darling, that we can write down for you?
Is there what?
Do you have a sponsor of the week? You know how the show goes, Olivia.
Sponsor of the week.
Don't make me call you out on live TV.
No, don't call me out on live TV.
Pick us one of our sponsors from what the
It's too late.
15-minute girl read just a minute ago, that long list.
I'm going to go with Krispy Kreme.
Oh, you're going to go with Krispy Kreme? Okay, we'll go with Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
And you
I
have
want to say hi to the 15-minute girl.
There she is right
Okay.
there. She says hi back. Go ahead.
Hi.
Your mic is open, darling. And Bolita number of the week?
Hi, Lib.
My what?
Your lucky Bolita drawing number of the week? You have to watch the show more often.
It is at number 17.
What was that again?
17.
Oh, that's
17.
that's
Okay.
my lucky number too. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you so much for calling in. And to Anthony and Bella, it's almost bedtime.
Yes, it's almost bedtime.
Not really. It's only 7:15. Thank you, Olivia.
Thanks,
we love
Olivia.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for
Love you.
calling.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's talk about that
Nice
picture
lady.
real quick.
Let's do that. That's a fantastic picture. Take
Go
note.
ahead.
Take note of the person in the middle.
The person in the middle, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, and this is sent by Angelo Ramori. Thank you so much, Angelo. He writes, please show this picture for the benefit of those who are wondering who Manny DiCastro was. He is the gentleman in the center of the photo. Manny really wasn't a policeman. He was what we call today a reserve officer and self-made truant officer. I like that self-made, huh?
Self-made.
If he caught you skipping school, he would drive you straight to the principal's office. He was also very active collecting food and clothing for the children's home in the 1950s. He was from the Philippines and spoke very good English and Spanish. And that's the person that Fran Constantino spoke of, who would always hang around what was it, the West Tampa area. If you lived in Ybor City, West Tampa, back in the 50s and 60s, you knew.
And actually, I want to say 40s.
Castro.
I want to
That
say
far
40.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say 40s,
Okay.
50s, maybe into the early 60s, because Bucky De La Torre brought his name out to us as well. Because apparently, Manny in his broken English said, if he ever found you being truant, misbehaving, he'd call you out and say, "Boy, I know your mother. I know your father. What's your name, boy?
I know where you live."
Yeah. What's your name, boy?
And he carried a gun, and he wasn't even a police officer. How about
That is
amazing.
the late great
That's great.
Manny DiCastro. Thank you so much, Angelo, for sending that picture in and sharing it with us. And we're going to have to talk a little bit more
That's
about
perfect.
him at a future time.
These
We've
calls
got
are hot and
two
heavy.
callers. Here we go.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Butch from Land O'Lakes.
Hey, Butch.
Butch, thanks for calling.
What's up, hey, Steve? How you doing?
Good, good.
All right. Favorite concert? I think you mentioned it, Mario, already. Old Tampa Stadium, Eagles, Bucks in the late 70s.
That was amazing.
It was raining that night, I believe.
Was that 75?
Eagles and who else did you say? Eagles and who else, Butch?
Jimmy Buffett.
Oh,
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah,
Buffett.
okay.
Okay. Late 70s.
That's good. And then another good one was at the Highlight Fronton was Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick.
Yes.
And you know what? The Highlight Fronton was another intimate venue, about 3,000 seats.
Yes.
The sound was a little strange in there because you had the echo effect that you had to work through. But I'll tell you what.
I didn't think I remember the sound, but
Yeah, no, well, I don't remember much if you were there. But the reality is that was one fun place to watch a concert. They dropped the net and you were right up close to the band.
yes, sir.
I saw Chris Cross there myself and Bonnie Raitt. It was great.
Right.
And Devo as well, can you imagine? We are Devo, we are not men.
Hey, Krispy Kreme all the way.
Oh, man. You know
Nice.
what? Somebody got to call in and represent Dunkin' Donuts, man.
Not gonna happen.
I don't know. I mean, this is Krispy Kreme territory, but there has to be somebody that say, you know what? I was digging the Krispy Kreme, but I'm going to go with Dunkin' Donuts because their cake donuts or their coffee, anything. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get some
coffee
love.
is good.
Love the Dunkin' Donuts here. Your favorite, your Bolita number of the week?
Let's go with 22.
Why did I not know that? And your sponsor of the week, B.
Colonnade.
Colonnade.
There you go.
Hey, hope we
Butch.
see you on Saturday.
Yeah, please come
If you're
out
not
there.
working, come on out.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Come and join us, okay?
Thank you, B.
See you.
Bye-bye.
And who also played a highlight too was Adamant and Hart.
Oh, Adamant, that's
Yeah,
right.
remember that? At
Yeah.
highlight front time, yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's go to the caller. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Tony Gonzalez.
Hey, Tony.
That sounds
How you doing?
familiar. Good, Tony.
Tony.
Hey, listen, this one's an old one.
Oh, well, you know, Tony, we can't all be young.
All right, this was Elvis Presley
Anda.
at the Fort Homer Hestley.
We got a
of that.
picture
We
coming
do.
up,
We have a
Tony,
picture.
just for you. We
Stay
got
tuned.
there.
There it
Look,
is.
look.
After the concert and everything, my uncle tells me that he drove the bus that had Elvis and everything.
Oh, wow.
Cool story.
On cue. Look at that picture.
That's called the tonsil shot, by the way.
Yeah.
At Fort Homer.
Yeah, Fort Homer.
And it was inside, I imagine. I mean, you know, inside.
Oh,
It
no,
was inside.
everything was inside.
Yeah, seguro.
That's where they used to have the wrestling and everything.
Yeah, no, that was
great venue.
an amazing venue for many, many, many years.
They used to have big balls, dancing.
Yes, college and high school graduation parties. Mine was there in '76. Did you sweaty, hot and sweaty in the summertime? Do you remember what time of year it was, Tony? I'm just curious.
No, not really, man.
Okay.
That was so long ago for me.
Probably about 55. No,
think it was 55.
56. But
It had to be more like in the 60s.
you think it was in the 60s?
I think it was.
All right, somebody call in and dispute Tony on that because we got it on good account that it was like 55 or 56. But you know what? I'm not going to doubt Tony if he remembers in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking by the 60s he'd already blown up, and he didn't come back around here until like 72 when he did that little theater in the round thing at Curtis Hickson.
Yeah. No, I think it was in the 60s. I'm not sure.
All right, Tony. Listen, I don't doubt you. I know you got a system. Oh, Krispy Kreme or
does.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Krispy Kreme,
Okay.
Wow.
Lucky number
31.
doesn't change. And you're going to go with the sponsor of the week?
Little Red Wagon.
Ah.
Okay.
Bacon?
No, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
You got it. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Tony.
All righty.
We'll see you soon.
All righty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We knew we were going to have an Elvis call, too. We just knew we were going to have an Elvis call.
And we need a second one now to verify.
To verify
the date.
that was what date that was. We think it was the 50s. I think it was the 50s. You?
I think it was 55.
I think it was.
By the way, remember that monkeys picture that first came on
Hey,
at
with
the
the
very
monkeys?
beginning? My sister.
Can you name the four monkeys?
Oh, it was my
Not
sister.
see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Can you name the four monkeys?
Oh, man, just don't go ape, okay?
Go ahead.
No, but anyway,
So you're not going to name the four monkeys?
Oh, yeah, Peter, Michael Nesmith.
Go.
Davy Jones.
Go.
Peter Tork.
Go.
I can't remember the fourth one.
Oh, the drummer.
The drummer. What was his name?
Mickey
Dolenz.
There you go.
Mickey Dolenz with a Z at the
He
end.
did it.
I did.
He
okay.
was just playing.
I didn't watch the monkeys though, but
You didn't? They had a
No.
cartoon too in the 70s,
Did they?
man. Yeah, they did.
well, you got to hear the story. My sister,
Go ahead.
Kathy, went to see the monkeys. Actually, this is the actual one here. I believe was 69 or 70.
Mickey Dolenz, man in the middle.
Yeah, and she was 14, 13, 14, and she went with her friend Loretta Leto. And at that age, you couldn't really go to most people, girls couldn't go to the concert, by themselves. So
Right.
they had to have a chaperone. And the chaperone in this case was my grandmother. And my sister was so humiliated.
Oh, no.
Having my grandmother.
Because Nana was there?
Yeah, because she was there to see the monkeys with them. But she enjoyed the show too.
Sure.
But she was just so mad that she had to go with my grandmother. But anyway, so she had a good time though.
Well, I remember going to a couple of places with my abuela, and she took me because either nobody else had the time to go, and I would of course pitch a fit, and I wanted to go. And one of the places was to see wrestling at Fort Homer Hestley on a sweaty. No, we don't have any callers, darling. Thank you for ringing.
Okay.
She's ringing the bell on me
Because you kept talking.
because I'm talking too much apparently. But
It's amazing we have no callers.
As there are callers.
Patty Rio.
There you go. As there are callers, 2 lines are open, callers. Anyway, talking about abuelas, you got an email there you can read for us?
We have an email from Patty Rio.
Patty
Look
Rio?
at this picture here, deep purple. That's a great shot.
Let's read Patty Rio's and then we'll come back to Deep Purple.
Okay, here's what she writes. Here are a few of my favorites. Curtis Hickson, The Righteous Brothers, Dionne Warwick.
Oh, wow.
Tampa Stadium, Santana, and Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night was, I think, in
Night.
the early 70s.
Yeah.
And Tampa Stadium had a lot of
Tampa
concerts
Stadium
there,
was
didn't
fabulous,
it?
man. It was
Lakeland.
great. Easy to get in and out of.
Oh, she saw Donna Summer and the OJs at Lakeland Civic Center.
Love to love you, baby.
And I happened to be in Fort Pierce when I went to see Grand Funk Railroad. That's just a few of many. Her favorite sponsor of the week, or her sponsor of the week, is La Segunda Central
Okay.
Bakery.
All right.
Her lucky number is 13. Patty, thanks so much for the email. We really appreciate that.
And Patty, if you're not working tonight, call us in and tell us Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts, and I got a pretty good I got a pretty good feeling she's going to go with Krispy Kreme as well.
It might be 100% to 0.
Oh, that's awful.
That's incredible.
We picked a good question though.
You know, as far as Curtis Hickson though, here's a few more
Look at that
concerts
deep purple
there.
ticket there. Can you get us out of there, Jeff, for just a quick second while we're waiting for our next caller? I just want to point something out. A couple of things.
I know one thing you're going to point out.
Of course. I want to point a couple of things out. Back then, you know, before Ticketmaster and Ticketronics and all that stuff got involved, each ticket was printed by the individual production company. So each ticket had its own special nuance and its own special style, color, and so forth. If there was a logo involved, may have been. In this case, you can see superimposed there is Tampa Stadium.
The sombrero.
That's the sombrero underneath the deep purple scroll. But what I want to point out to you is the fact that you got to see Savoy Brown, Billy Preston, the family, and Blue Oyster Cult, easy for me to say, and Deep Purple for $6. For $6.
Not only that, rain or shine.
Oh yeah, they played Rain or Shine.
Now you can't even park for $6.
No, you can't even get a soda for $6. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna steal a page off of Richard Gunsmart's commentary when he was with us last season. What's happened to our dollar? I mean, $6 to see all that
can you
entertainment.
imagine?
That's probably 6 hours worth of entertainment. Bands on and off the stage, and you know, Deep Purple's going to play an hour and a half set. That
was a different world back then, Marty.
Yeah, no, well, it was amazing. Yep.
You can get a full breakfast for $2.
And here's another stub here that just, you know, makes you wax nostalgic. We put these back to back for a reason, because they were both in '73. They were both produced by the same promoted by the same promotion company. Obvious, you can see the tickets are almost identical, the sombrero underneath there again. And again, let's talk about getting to go see, this was Concert West, the other one was P&P Productions. Let's talk about going to see Led Zeppelin for $6. Let's talk to our next caller while we're talking about talking.
Caller, go ahead. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Big Mike from Orlando, man.
Hey, Big Mike.
Hey, guys, coming in strong on the streaming end.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
I see that Led Zeppelin ticket behind you. I was at that show. But I was also at the one before, that Deep Purple one.
Oh, you were there too? Okay.
Yes, sir. And that one, actually, ZZ Top played, because somebody canceled out, and that was like ZZ Top's first major show, and for a stadium show, outdoor venue like that. And I was there, so it was they were definitely there on that show. Something else, but they weren't on the ticket. But either some band canceled, whatever. They brought them a small band out of Texas.
Well, I can tell you that little small band out of Texas is still raising hell, because we saw them last year at the Trop, and even though they're old, man, they can still bang. One thing we find out: the voices go, but their ability to play the instrument stays pretty strong. You know?
Oh yeah.
They can still play the bass. They can still play the guitar. And you know, ZZ Top, they put on a hell of a show. They got, every time they do a song change, they change their guitars. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, they also did a University of Tampa a long time ago. Had a big concert. They had it was ZZ Top headline, Ozark Blue Daredevils or whatever the hell.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Yeah, and Kiss, and it was a whole day. It was a festival. It was like a city of people, man. At the old fairgrounds, you know, the racetrack there.
Yeah, of course, in the infield. Well, that's Tampa Stadium there. That's the photo of Tampa Stadium with Pink Floyd
concert
that somebody sent in to us. Pretty cool. But again, how lucky were we to have these venues so close, within, 20, 25-minute drive? And again, you saw the price, $6 to see Led Zeppelin. Are you serious?
Exactly.
Those were the days.
The picture you're showing now, I don't know if you get the same picture up, but the people on the field at Tampa Stadium, it wasn't a sombrero then.
No. It was open on both ends.
That's right. And then they usually played to one side, and they sold those field tickets, and the other side was empty.
Right.
On a Rod Stewart album, there's that picture of the Tampa stands with the big T. I don't know what album it is, but the seating was gold.
Mike Baluha was talking about that tonight. That they took a picture and they used that picture on the. It was the Fearless tour, or Rod Stewart. Going Rod Stewart. He just told me before. I was talking to him earlier today.
There, man. So. But anyway, hey, great show, man. I'm sure you guys got more callers.
We do. We have another one calling, standing by. Give us your sponsor of the week.
Sponsor of the week. I'm going to say Frank Cueto bail bondsman.
Oh, okay. Frank, because when you need a bail bondsman, you got to call Frankie.
That's what I've ever used in a bar. Well,
Frank Cueto.
Exactly.
And your number of the week?
When in jail, 221 bail.
Jail, baby.
You got it.
Your lucky number of the week?
It's going to be, I heard the guy say 31. I'm going to say 42.
42. And Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Krispy Kreme all the way.
Ave Maria, Krispy
Kidding
Kreme.
me?
I'm telling. I was kidding you because I mean, it's a slam dunk. It's 7-0 so far.
Wow.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for calling, as always.
All right, guys. Talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
Mike.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Steve, Mario, it's Dory.
Hey, Dory.
Hey, Dory.
How are you?
Good,
Thank you.
Good to hear from you.
Listen, Elvis is one of my. He's my second man.
There you go.
And you wanted to know about when he was in Tampa.
See.
And actually, he was in Tampa in 4 occasions.
Ah, nice.
May 8th of year of 55, July 31st, 55, and February 19th, and August 5th of 56.
Wow.
And I think there was one time, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dory, but there was one time he was here in the 70s when he was already...
Yes, that's correct.
Like 1970. I said 72 earlier, but I even think that was too late. I think it might have been 70 when he was
I don't think it was there at the Fort Armory. I think it was...
No. Curtis Hickson.
Curtis Hickson.
And it was theater in the round. It was intimate. Everybody was real close to him. And, he was out there with his guitar. And he's, that's wonderful. Thank you for setting us straight on that.
That's great, Dory.
Oh, yeah. And you said one of your 2 men, your other man, he kind of looks like Elvis a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know.
A good-looking guy, that guy.
They do call him Elvis.
Especially when he's on the back of his motorcycle. I know. I seen him.
Tell Alan Antonori hello for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess we're going to see you April 30th, huh?
Nice.
Please.
We hope so.
Yeah, we're going to promote that real big here in the next couple of weeks. But yes, and tell your friends, if you got a posse that you run with, a couple, 3 people that you'd like to bring with, please. There's plenty of room.
No, not a problem. Alan had a lot of concerts that he went to, so he can't name them all. So I just wanted to tell you that too.
Thank you. We all did. We were very lucky. Again, I said it earlier, to have these venues so close. And look at the prices. Look at that ticket price there.
Oh, you should see the tickets. Alan has boxes of tickets.
Oh, wow. The Doobie Brothers, April 5th, 1975, for $6.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
The Doobie
Alan
Brothers.
had them all. So
that's incredible.
I asked him, okay, what's your favorite? He goes, I can't. I have a whole box.
Too many.
Too many.
Yep.
Doris, who's your lucky? What's your lucky number? And also your the sponsor of the week.
Well, I sent you a quick email. It's going to be Mr. Empanada, Lenny Guida.
It's Guido.
Guido.
And the 15-minute girl said Guido.
Yeah.
It's Lenny Guido.
Did I
correct?
really?
Yeah, you did.
I'm
baby.
sorry, Lenny.
Oh, that's okay. No, I sent you a quick email. It's Lenny Guida.
Yes, I was going to correct that. Thank you for doing that.
And Mr. Empanada.
Yeah.
In Town and Country. My favorite number actually is 6.
Okay, we'll go with 6. And tonight's question of the night, Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, gosh. Krispy Kreme.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no. Not again. We've had no Dunkin' Donuts yet.
We've had nobody. Somebody just lie to us and tell us Dunkin' Donuts just so that Dunkin' Donuts doesn't feel so bad.
I know. Actually, I do like Dunkin' Donuts, but you know what? I think I will change to the Dunkin' Donuts because they're right here in our neighborhood.
Okay, good. We'll put honorary Dunkin' Donuts for Dory. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for Dunkin' Donuts.
They actually are close. They had 2 Dunkin' Donuts, but we're closer to Dunkin' Donuts.
How about seeing Eric Clapton for $6?
Yes, look at that.
You can't see Eric Clapton's car now for $6. Or
Still awesome.
his guitar. If his guitar showed up, you would have to pay more to see his guitar.
What he can do, he can play that guitar.
Mercy.
Wow.
Thank you, Dory. We look forward to seeing you soon.
All righty.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dory.
Bye.
Yeah, pretty fit. And again,
that's incredible. The time.
Here we go. Here's another one. Frank Zappa at Fort Homer Hesterly Armory, October 14th, 1976. Yep.
And is there a price on there?
I'm looking.
Can barely see it.
General admission. Probably if it was general admission, $4.
Yep.
Maybe $5.
And $6 is probably the expensive seats.
Yeah,
I bet you can get tickets for like $3 for certain seating,
or
$4
standing in the back, or
standing room only,
just
$1.
Just amazing,
it's incredible.
Amazing.
Really
There's Frank Zappa.
There he is.
The great Frank Zappa.
And that was the picture from.
You think that was at the Highlight Front Time?
No, the Highlight Front Time. No, I don't think that was it. That was
Tampa
actually
Theater. It kind of looks Tampa Theater-ish.
It kind of looks almost outdoorsy to me.
Does it look outdoors, son?
No, I think it's Tampa Stadium.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think it's Tampa Stadium. Either 73
if somebody recognizes that
77.
picture out there, that's with those red pants, it's got to be in the early '70s for sure. He looks a little. If you squint one eye and you close the other one, he kind of has a little Freddie Mercury thing going there, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
Without the guitar.
Back Curtis Hickson Hall, they had a lot of concerts during the years. They had just to read a few. They had Boston was there, Santana, Golden Earring, Grand Funk Railroad, Beach Boys, Ike and Tina Turner. were at Curtis Dixon Hall also. David Cassidy, I think my sister went there too. The Monkees, of course, we talked about that. Steppenwolf and Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
As well. Oh, I got to remind me to say something about
Janis Joplin?
Janis Joplin, yes, and that's where she got arrested.
Of
also.
course.
I forgot why.
Cheech and Chong?
They were there.
I think Janice for saying the F word or Cheech and Chong
you're
for
right.
saying the F word.
I think you're right. I think
One
you're
of the two. Hey, we got a caller, shall we?
Let's do it.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is your mom from South Tampa.
Oh, hello, Carmen Nunez. How are you?
Hey, Carmen.
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to say that you know your mother's musical interest is very varied.
Yes.
And we went to see Paul Anka in Petersburg.
Okay, at the Bayfront Center?
At the Bayfront Center, yes. And the other end of the spectrum, so we went to see Lawrence Welk in Lakeland.
Oh, that's cool.
Lawrence
That's really
Welk.
cool.
Yeah, no, that's fabulous.
We were about the youngest couple in the audience that night.
That's an interesting story, really.
We saw Kenny Rogers here in Tampa.
Kenny Rogers, another one, that's right.
Rogers, Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Let me see. We went to see Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ricky Martin, sure.
Living La Vida Loca.
And of course, various and sundry other concerts. We were always there, front row center.
Well, we had that's our first Paul Anka and Lawrence Welk reference.
Yeah.
Do you have a sponsor of the week, Carmen Nunez?
Yes, Amaryllis.
Oh, Amaryllis,
Nice.
very good, very good. There's a Amaryllis mentioned.
Favorite number 22.
Oh, you know what?
Number 22.
22 was already taken by a gentleman that you know also, Butch Garcia. So you'll have to give
29.
29, very good, 29. And
All right.
She had a backup.
Krispy Kreme.
And Krispy Kreme, you know what? Yep, Krispy Kreme is just running away with in a runaway. Thanks for calling,
Thanks,
Carmen.
Carmen.
We appreciate it.
All righty.
Thanks for watching.
Great show.
Thank
All
you.
right. And Dory helped us out a little bit.
Peter Frampton, the Tangerine Bowl.
yeah.
I saw Peter Frampton at the Lakeland Civic Center. Thanks, Jeff. I saw Peter Frampton at the Lakeland Civic Center, and had I had more time today, I was a little rushed for time. One of my fond remembrances of that particular concert was at the end of the concert, for some reason that I really don't remember, when they were breaking down and before we left, the drummer, during one of the songs, apparently had broken one of his drumsticks. And, you know, they have a whole stack up there next to the, picked up another one. And one of the roadies took the drumstick and he threw it out
in the audience?
Threw it out in the audience, and it bounced all over the
souvenir.
cement. Yeah, like a souvenir. And people, jumping all over everybody to try to get it. And it landed at my feet, not that I wanted it. But I said, I'll pick it up. So it was a drumstick from the Peter Frampton concert. That was a great show. And that was in 75 when Frampton came alive. Was the double album.
He was a big star at the time.
Wasn't he, though?
Big rock star.
Wasn't he, though?
I think my sister went there too. She went to a lot more concerts than I did.
Do you feel like I do?
Yeah. And quick question. Jimi Hendrix. Someone mentioned that he played at the Men's Garden Club. Do you remember the Men's Garden Club?
Yes.
And it was where
I was there.
International
that show?
It's where International Mall stands now. Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Right? Is
that, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that place. I do
and
remember
it.
By the golf course.
Yeah. And
golf course.
Someone mentioned that he played there.
Jimi
But I don't remember the Men's Garden Club at all, though.
Somebody mentioned that in an email, did they not?
It was on the social networking
That's
site.
what it was. That's what it was. That he just showed up. He wasn't even supposed to play that night.
Right.
That he just kind of showed up.
That's exactly right.
Can you imagine?
Isn't that something?
Wow.
And,
Jimi Hendrix used to have his jeans, the special psychedelic jeans that he wore, made by a local person in St. Petersburg.
Wow.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's the 15-minute girl drop in from the 15
Yeah.
minute. Dynamite drop in, baby. Dynamite drop in.
I have my favorite
We
jeans
got two
too.
callers. Let's go to these callers right quick. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Oli Gonzalez from Tampa.
Hi,
Hey,
Oli.
Oli, good to hear from you.
How you doing?
Great, Oli.
Hey, listen, I got some memories for you there on the mid-'70s. Remember a group that played around in Tampa here, Mother's Finest?
Yes, of course. We were talking about them a little bit earlier.
Very
Seguro.
good.
Wow,
Very good.
I joined in a little late.
No.
Remember when they would open for a lot of people around here. They even opened for Ray Charles and the Rayettes and Tampa Theater.
Mother's Finest. Absolutely, we remember them.
Yeah,
Tampa Theater, too. That's another venue.
That's another venue.
Small.
You don't hear much about.
And in the 70s, remember, Tampa Theater was kind of a little bit on the downside. It was kind of going through a little bit of a rebuilding. And so you could get that venue for pretty cheap. And they would pack the house, man, when you bring in a group that, could play.
Out there was a balcony, like first.
Sure, the second level up there.
Yeah, you kind of hung over the stage. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ole, thank you for that memory. Mother's Finest. And where did you see Mother's Finest? You said it was at Tampa Theater?
Tampa Theater. He opened for Ray Charles and the Rayettes.
Oh my gosh, Ray
I had
Charles.
one of their albums.
You know, I went on the internet. They're still around. They just were in Macon, Georgia, or something. They're still,
with things being the way they are, a lot of these groups, have a hard time retiring because, maybe they didn't have it so well, they didn't invest their money so well, or because, whatever the promoters, sometimes they get like boxers, you know what I mean? They mishandled, in other words. And they're having such a good time being, rock stars, that then they get to the point at the end of their careers and they didn't have the money that they thought they would, so they still play. And a lot of them just have trouble giving it up, let's face it.
They just love it.
We saw Hall & Oates last year, Ole, at Tropicana Field.
I saw Little River
Friday night.
Little River Band at Busch Gardens.
And I want to remember them the way they were, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they didn't sound so good. But they look good, and the music was good, but the voices kind of were fading a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, and they were, Mother's Finest was never really, made it big. Well, they had, three or four albums.
Right.
Yeah. I just got the Greatest Hits CD, and
good music.
Was listening to it the other day, and man, they really rocked the house, man. They were really
that was a very popular band. No apologies for Mother's Finest at all. Do you have a sponsor of the week?
Segunda Central.
Oh, it was already picked. Pick another one, Ole. Pick another one.
You got me. You got Frank Cueto.
Yes.
You got Lenny Empanadas.
Yes.
I don't know where to go there.
Somebody's paying attention. There's still a lot there. And
Ole, all right. You get a chance, go to the TampaNativeShow.com website, and you can take a look at all the sponsors there, and there's a link to each sponsor's
Maybe what we'll do next week is we'll scroll the sponsors across the bottom
That's an idea.
to give everybody an opportunity on the show and in real time to see our sponsors. Number of the week? Bolita drawing?
28.
28. And Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, definitely Krispy.
So, you know what, man?
That's hands down.
Yeah.
One was that parfait, it was chocolate with whipped cream and then a cherry on the top.
Oh. And my favorite, if it wasn't the fresh glaze coming off the rack, it was the Bavarian cream filled. When they used to fill it with Bavarian cream, okay? Because now, da pena, man. You take 3 bites and you still haven't got to the cream filling. It's like, what's going on over here?
Yeah, they kind of tie with it.
I would say so.
So much.
Oh, yeah, thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Call anytime.
Oh, we got a couple emails here, too. Let's take a look at these.
Please.
We got one from Vince Calora.
Okay.
And Vince writes, Jackson 5 at Curtis 6 in 1972.
Oh, man.
He saw the B-52s at Tampa Jai Alai, Fronton, 1982.
Oh, man.
Let's write this down. La Segunda. Oh, it's already chosen.
Yeah.
It's already chosen. Vince, if you have time, quickly send another email. But his lucky number is 15. The Bolita number is 15. Also, we have an email from, let's see, this is from Rick Parnell.
Oh, Rick. Our DSC.
This is our DSC.
Our Deep South correspondent. For those of you just joining us for the first time, well, we like to ask where you've been. But beyond that, we'd like to tell you that Rick Parnell is our DSC, affectionately referred to as our Deep South correspondent because he lives in Brazil.
That's pretty
deep
South.
Every week. Yeah, it sure is.
Well, he writes, my most memorable was when John Lee Hooker played the WEDU studios and had audio trouble, and he got the crowd's attention. He said, I don't know if you all can hear me or not, so I'll just holler and shout. Then he played a fine, long set. Thanks, Rick. That's a great story there. Appreciate that. And Rosemarie Durant, she writes, my favorite concert was Sonny and Cher at the Bayfront Center in 1972-73.
Wow.
That would have been fun, huh?
Wow.
And I Got You, Babe, right?
Yeah.
It was their last tour. My Bolita number is 51. My sponsor continues to be the Tiny Tap.
Oh, Tiny Tap.
And I continue to love you guys. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Rose. Well, I think we're going to see her maybe this Saturday.
I hope
think
so.
if Rose is out there watching, hopefully.
Hope so.
Yeah, because we owe Rose a Tiny Tap T-shirt. So yeah, you got to come out there and see us on Saturday if you can, Rose.
Oh, go ahead, Mark. You got something to say?
I was just going to ask about Rick Parnell. Did he give us a number?
You know what? I don't think he did.
Okay.
No.
Next email while we're waiting for our next call.
Yeah, sure. We have one here. It's
this is great.
This is from Kathy Harkle Road. Kathy Harkle Road. She says.
How are you spelling that?
Harkleroad.
Okay.
And I may have left Tampa 20 years ago, but my heart and memories are still there. Kathy, where are you?
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
Yeah,
where are you,
Kathy?
If you're out there watching.
Where are you? Okay, concerts I remember attending, including included Hall & Oates in the 80s, Engelbert Humperdinck in 72 or 73 at the Curtis Dixon Hall.
Wow.
And please don't hold it against me, but I was an innocent teenager back then. Okay, we won't. But Three Dog Night in the late 70s.
That's
and
good stuff.
Can't remember where. And Sit Down, Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty. Don't ask me why I went to that one. And anyway, great show. I'm glad I'm finally able to catch it live on TV.
Oh, nice.
Oh, here it is. She's from Huntsville, Alabama. That's where she's living.
Really?
Tampa native in Huntsville, Alabama.
All right. Okay.
Any sponsor?
Oh, Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Lucky number 3.
Lucky 3. Oh, 3. That's already been chosen by Joe Abini because Joe's always number 3.
That's right. Okay.
I'm going to put 30 though. I'm going to put 30.
Okay, we'll put a 0 at the end.
I'm going to take a little bit of license there. I'm going to put 30.
And Colonnade.
And Colonnade's been taken as well.
And she says she had my first piece of chicken there in 1956.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Well, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
And we love our new viewers and we love our new emailers.
We sure do.
And look at that ticket right there, Stevie Wonder, circa 1986. That was 10 years after Songs in the Key of Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that fabulous album.
Mark, what other concerts did you go to?
Well, let's see. One that sticks out in my mind, and it really wasn't a concert per se. But it was. We got a caller. We'll go to him right quick.
Oh,
it wasn't a concert per se, although it was a concert. In actuality, it was Grad Night. You know Grad Night.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah,
everybody experienced Grad Night from about 1973 on until they just recently discontinued it.
Right.
The night that we were at Grad Night, senior year 1976, playing in Cinderella's Castle was none other than Casey and the Sunshine Band. You had in Tomorrowland, I think you had the Commodores. You had the Ohio Players in Futureland, and then I think over at either Earth, Wind, and Fire. But it was amazing because as you walked from place to place, you had these big groups playing, and the only downside was that you had to wear nice clothes. I think they've relaxed the dress code since then, but we had to be in our leisure suits and our platform shoes.
Sure did.
And by about 5 in the morning, it wasn't too much fun walking around Disney World with your best stuff on, like that. Your feet kind of hurt.
Then you went to the beach.
And then, of course,
go ahead. You're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Casey. How you doing?
Hey, Casey. It's so glad you called.
Thank you.
Anyway, I got a memorable concert, but it's not for a good reason, unfortunately. That was a great concert. Curtis Dixon Hall. It was late 70s. Atlanta Rhythm Section.
Imaginary Lover.
You would think that they would play Cuban Crisis while they were in Tampa.
Oh, no.
Never played it. And
oh, no.
Said about it.
Interesting.
Oh, no. And I like the Atlanta Rhythm Section, man.
Yeah. Oh, they're great in concert. I've seen them several times. And they mentioned Tampa, and it's about Tampa, that song.
Yeah, of course.
Never played it.
Wow, interesting.
It was just,
you guys should have just stormed the stage and just put somebody in a headlock and say, you're not leaving until you do.
Yep, that's true. But my all-time favorite, and one of the main reasons, is because it's two classic people, and I got to take my mother to it. I think it was '84 when the first Super Bowl was here. So my friend's parents had tickets to go see Frank Sinatra and Buddy Rich at the Sundome.
The great Buddy Rich, what a drummer! Frank, Blue Eyes, the chairman of the board, Sinatra.
I would have loved to go there.
They couldn't make it, so he gave me the tickets, and I took my mother, and she was just in cloud nine.
Wow, come on, Casey. Nice. What a nice thing for a son to do for his mom.
I'm a good son.
Yes, you are. Hey, are we going to see you this weekend?
At the Columbia?
No, at the Colonnade.
Colonnade, which was one of the C restaurants.
Yes.
Quite possibly.
Please, join us
if
we'd
love
free.
To see you.
I'll be in trouble, man. Those little biscuits they got.
1 o'clock. Listen, they're going to make them special for you.
They're killing me with those things.
And of course, on the 30th, we're going to see you on the 30th for sure, because that's going to be a big, that soiree is going to be super. All right, Case, give us your sponsor of the week.
Well, someone...
And you can't pick Tiny Tap.
Already.
Yeah, you can't pick Tiny Tap.
This is terrible. I can't remember any other ones.
We got to...
Well...
He said one of them.
Did he? What did he say?
Columbia.
No, he said Colonnade, I think. Did you say Columbia? Did you say Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Columbia.
Talking too much.
He said it. He said the magic word.
All right.
15-minute girl saved me there.
Yeah, the duck came up. 15-minute girl.
And the
she's a little bit late because it's about 10
I'm
minutes
sitting
still.
over here waiting for my appearance.
Waiting for her cue. There's
Here
her cue.
I am.
As if on cue. Case, give us your lucky number.
Lucky 13.
13, and how about 13 was taken? Pick 31.
Okay.
31's taken. Pick 32. Okay, and Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, gotta be Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's a winner.
Case, we'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for calling.
All right, guys. Great.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, 15-minute girl.
Okay, 15 minutes was a little while ago, but here I am. Okay, my favorite concert experience.
Here it comes. Let's see if you remember this.
Oh, here it comes. Ready?
Let's see if you remember this.
That's it. Led Zeppelin. Okay. Okay, and the concert was a huge concert in West Palm Beach. It was the West Palm Pop Festival, and practically everyone who went to Woodstock, all the acts were at the same location at West Palm. And I remember that song because I stepped out of the car and into a giant mud puddle, and my feet were muddy and wet the whole time, but I would never have traded it for the world because it was quite an experience and a whole lot of fun and lots of great bands. And we have maybe 8 minutes left.
Uh-oh. Thank you, 8-minute girl.
8-minute girl.
We got a thumb up from Jeffrey in the booth. Thanks. We got to hurry along.
You know what? No one talked about was the riot at Tampa Stadium.
I know. Well, listen, there's a good chance.
Nobody called in.
There's a good chance, Tampa Native Show fans, that we're probably going to have to do a part 2 of this show as well, because there are many more. We have so many more visual images that we couldn't look. There's Billy Joel.
We couldn't load
them all on the TriCaster, because once you get to about 50 or 60, the TriCaster just shuts down. So if we do come back, say in a couple of weeks with a part 2, don't feel bad.
Part 2, not 2, right?
Yeah. Are we going to have problems with this again, Steve?
I think so.
Oh, my gosh.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Bolita drawing is officially brought to you tonight by Constantino and Company Real Estate, Fran Constantino.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the bag open. We're just about to draw this week's winner. Oh, no!
That one's going to be...
Reach behind you. We're losing our balls, so to speak.
Is this going to be it or no? Let's put it back in there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's lucky Bolita drawing winner. Hit me with my solo shot there, technical director man.
Your best shot?
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, these brand new, just delivered this week, recycle grocery bags, one-of-a-kind item. As you can see there, it's got the Tampa Native Show logo, and our tagline, which is sharing your memories has never been this much fun, is going to one lucky winner this week. We'll have these at Festa Italiana as well. Because here at the Tampa Native Show, we are very green. So we believe in recycling. All right, Stevie.
Oh, and
this Bolita drawing brought to you by
Fran Constantino and Constantino and Company Real Estate. And Vince Calora just got under the wire, not for the Bolita, but for the sponsor of the week, Brocados.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Vince.
We'll go back to the 15-minute girl in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, closest to without going over.
It's 61.
61, Stevie. You got all the numbers.
I got the numbers.
Without going over.
The closest to 61 without going over. We have 51. And I think that's the highest one we have.
51.
51.
I believe
that's
you're correct.
Oh, Rose Durant.
There it is.
Rose is our first two-time Bolita drawing winner. Well, Rose, and you're just going to have to come. Yeah, congratulations, Rose. You're going to have to come out on Saturday and join us and collect your winnings. Now, back to the 15-minute girl quickly, if you will, Mr. Jeffrey, for this week's sponsor of the week.
This week's sponsor of the week is Columbia Restaurant.
The Columbia Restaurant.
And we have a lovely can of coffee and a nice little coffee mug, and it's going to Casey Powell.
Casey Powell. Show that coffee mug, darling. You're just off camera with that. There you go. It's a little travel mug.
Yes, it's nice.
Casey Powell, show up Saturday, collect your winnings. We're so happy that you guys are participating each and every week. Again, thank you to our sponsors who are there for us each and every week. Stevie, you got my notes. I'm gonna
here we go.
I'm going to reclaim the balance of my time and my notes back. We got about 5 minutes. Here's your papers. And here's your paper. I can't read your scratch.
Where's the 5-minute girl? There she is.
Yeah, the 5-minute girl.
5-minute girl is still
here. Now look, Steve, look what's behind us now.
Oh, there we go.
Look what's behind us now.
This is nice.
Tell everybody about that, since you are the man who conceived that.
Well, that is the logo, the new logo for the show, and it's Tampa Native, which will be on a shirt pretty soon with the same color shirt, black, with the same green, like a fluorescent green. It really jumps out and grabs you. It really does.
It's really pretty.
And if you want a shirt like that, be sure to come to the Festa Italiana, April 16th and 17th. And you'll see us there, and we'll be wearing them.
Yeah, well, we're going to be wearing them because we're going to pick them up pretty soon.
Exactly.
It's actually it's an alternative. It's like think think Major League Baseball, how the teams have Sunday jerseys where they have their home and away jersey, and then they have a special Sunday jersey. Well, we have our established logo for the Tampa Native Show, which is kind of sexy too.
Yeah, it's very, very
This
sexy.
is kind of our Sunday jersey, if you will. But we're definitely going to, you're going to start seeing more and more and more of this particular image, and we're thinking maybe even of putting it on a decal for a window, maybe for your car. I just, you know, it's just really, really fun and nice. And Steve and the 15-minute girl, yep, screensaver, mouse pad. I mean, Steve, yeah, we're just going crazy. Steve and the 15-minute girl and myself, we kind of put that all together. How many minutes, Jeff? 3 minutes.
3
My
minutes.
goodness, that's 3 fingers. All right, real quick, Stevie, indulge me for just a minute.
Anything in closing?
Yeah,
here?
in closing, April the 30th. Now, again, just to reiterate, this Saturday we're going to be at the Colonnade Restaurant at 1 o'clock. That's
Yummy.
Saturday.
That's going to be fun.
Saturday,
Yummy,
a lot
yummy,
of fun.
yummy.
Yummy, yummy. Saturday, April 9th at the
that.
Colonnade. We've got about 26 people that have already signed on for that. Everybody's welcome. Saturday, April 30th, 2 weeks from this coming Saturday, 3 weeks from this coming Saturday. Big get-together party. Thank you, Laura Settlemeyer, for the use of your building.
Yes, thank you.
More information forthcoming. That's an evening event. That's a 5 to 9:30, 10 o'clock.
It's a soiree.
Yeah, it's a soiree. And there'll be dancing, we hear. Also, for those of you that are out there and you're plugged into the social networking site, just kind of be checking in with us regularly, because that's where you'll get all of your updates. Let's talk a little bit real quick before we get out of here about next week's show. Now, next week's show is going to be pretty special. We're going to have an in-studio guest.
Great.
Stevie, tell them who's going to be here.
It's going to be wrestler Mike Graham.
The son of the former legendary Eddie Graham.
Right.
Who we all know used to lock horns with the great Malenko, is going to be in studio with us next week. So we're going to be talking pro wrestling next week with Mike Graham. And you know who should be calling? The first caller next week should be Hugh Perrette,
for sure.
Who didn't call tonight. And here's your first Hugh Perrette shout out. Hugh, what happened to you? I know you went to some concerts. Hopefully he's okay. He's doing all right at home.
Man. And wrestling was huge, wasn't it, back then?
Wrestling was monstrous. And what people have to remember is that Tampa was a breeding ground for so many professional wrestlers, including one Terry Bollea, who we all know as Hulk Hogan. A lot of big stars. A lot of big stars got their start right there with Ed Maley and with Hiro Matsuda and with Mr. Eddie Graham and a lot of
Dusty
Robinson
Rose.
guys. Yeah. So we're going to be talking all about that next week. Also, let me just do a real quick shout out. Sunday, this coming Sunday at 9:30 p.m. on Channel 30 and Verizon, and Channel 30 and Channel 950, the same 2 channels you catch this show on, is going to be a replay of a show called 30 Minutes is Not Enough. Award-winning show. It's only 30 minutes long. It's wonderful. I'm going to send out an invitation for you guys to watch that show. 30 minutes is not enough. Highly entertaining, award-winning, and I suspect that you guys would enjoy it too. Stevie, what a great show!
It's been fantastic.
Did we leave anything out?
No, I think we covered all the bases. And thanks
so
to all
many
the callers.
concerts we could have talked about.
That's why we might have to do a second part, because there's so much left on the table.
There was a ton
Too much meat on the bone.
A ton of bands came here and played. It was just amazing. Really.
A ton of bands came out of here too. So we're going to be talking about that soon.
That's another topic
local
altogether.
bands. That's another show.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 15-minute girl, show her again. This is Mario Nunez and Steve Canella. We love you. Salud.
Salud and happy days.
Back when we were younger and everything seemed new, we used to have a lot of fun, yes we did, no matter what we do. Sleeping days, long summer nights, going anywhere we pleased. This love I've always called my own, a love that I've always known. Yes, I remember Tampa. She remembers me.